Not long after, at a signing ceremony, the rich woman arrived with her daughter. They were amazed by the luxury of the venue, and planned to network with the CEO of the jewelry company. Just then, a luxury sports car pulled up. The two of them were excited and curious, but when they saw the woman stepping out of the car in glamorous attire, they were utterly shocked. The woman walked over confidently, but the rich woman blocked her way, and said this was the signing event for the wealthiest family, claiming the woman didn't belong there. She mocked her, saying she must have rented the car to pretend to be rich. The rich woman even demanded the woman show an invitation, but the woman replied that the entire ceremony was being held in her honor. The two laughed at her with scorn, but just then, a group of bodyguards arrived, and they addressed the woman as Mississippi. The rich woman was stunned, and the woman's next move was to take revenge on her husband. In order to please a 60-year-old rich woman, the husband actually asked his wife to take off her clothes in public, but the rich woman was still not satisfied. Seeing how indifferent her husband was, the woman decided to give up on the relationship. As she was about to leave, the rich woman demanded the wedding ring back. The woman felt completely heartbroken. She took off the ring and threw it on the ground with force. The man wanted to chase after her, but the rich woman stopped him. What they didn't know was, the woman's true identity was actually the heiress of the wealthiest family. She had hidden her identity on purpose so her husband wouldn't feel inferior. And the reason the husband's company had received a $100 billion investment was entirely because of the woman's arrangement. At that moment, the woman felt full of regret. She never expected that the husband she had loved for 10 years would betray her. She decided to make him pay the price, but while facing judgment,
oh, I'm a gummy bear. Yes, I'm a gummy bear. Oh, I'm a yummy tummy from your lucky gummy bear.
இன்னைக்கு கறி கரைசோல
Excuse me.
Oh, hi.
Hi, can we judge you for facing Alex?
If you...
Sunshine, lollipops, and
That's the K-pop group emoji version again. Wow.
Quiet, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it shiny?
Something cow. Oh, ayo, makan mo.
Broken circle?
안녕하세요. 그룹펀 서클입니다.
네.
Going. He's alive. Yeah!
What's this?
By one, but then a highly intelligent woman seems to have realized the problem. She warned passersby not to move. If you do, you'll die. By now, a large number of people had already died on the street. Only a few who didn't move survived. The police arrived at the scene immediately after receiving the report. Since the case is quite strange, they invited a doctor. After ruling out the possibility of an airborne virus, the doctor brought his assistant to the corpse. Looking at the smoking corpses, the doctor was sure they all died of spontaneous combustion. But what was it that made them burn? The resourceful doctor tried to find clues from the corpses. Suddenly, the doctor realized that a woman was staring at him. While the doctor was in a sweet fantasy, the woman's words broke the beautiful atmosphere.
What are you gonna tell me?
The doctor didn't know how to respond, and he offered to draw a tube of blood from the woman for testing. The woman had no choice but to agree, and the doctor took a large tube of blood cleanly. Suddenly, the doctor found a large black part on the woman's hand.
Where did you get this smudging on your fingertips?
The woman looked at her hand and said it was rubbed on the elevator, along with the white smoke rising from the room. The doctor seemed to think of something. He immediately ordered the FBL to inspect the elevator and asked his assistant to analyze the woman's blood. Soon the assistant realized that all the cells in the blood were destroyed. This is generally the result of a virus invasion, but because of limited equipment, they had handwritten. The woman is watching a TV show. She comments that the male lead is a jerk. The next second, she unexpectedly enters the show and becomes the female lead to help her upstairs. The woman secretly turns on her phone camera in advance, and the stepmother pretends to fall down the stairs. Her father angrily blames her. The woman shows the video to prove herself. Then she pretends to be heartbroken and leaves. Her father quickly follows and apologizes, and he gives her a villa. The man hears the news. He brings his first love and his family over. The man boasts that the villa belongs to him. At that moment, the woman walks in. She orders the bodyguards to kick the man's family out and tells him, "I won't spend money on you anymore." The woman is watching a TV show. She comments that the male lead is a jerk. The next second, she unexpectedly enters the show and becomes the female... The CEO just glanced at his fiance's shoulder and realized she wasn't the woman he had a relationship with 5 years ago, because that woman had a distinctive butterfly birthmark on her shoulder. He vaguely recalled that the secretary, who had just been harshly criticized by his fiancée, seemed to be the life-saving benefactor he had been searching for over the past 5 years. When the CEO wanted to check the secretary's shoulder, the assistant rushed over with the DNA test report. It showed that the child brought by his fiancée was indeed the CEO's son. At this moment, the CEO was puzzled.